Alright, welcome to another episode of Subnautica, a guide to survive. My name is Saber, I'll be your host for this game, and let's get right to it. Last week we collected all our tools, crafted them all, the torch, the sea glide, and all that we need. This episode I'd like to go and look for the fragments for our Seamoth, which is a huge asset to this game. Okay, it's good for oxygen, gets you around a lot quicker, and protects you from the super predators. It's now nighttime. The moon is beautiful, and I noticed that when we logged in, we have a radio message. So let's go listen to that.
This is Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by the Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay, so when you get a radio message, some of the life pods do give you a signal to follow. Some don't. This one, in this case, does. And we'll just go take a look on the signal life pod 17, 100 meters, that's the depth, which we can easily handle. Okay, I'll just go show you in the water what that looks like. It will be, see this little dot here, it's in that direction, but for now I just want to show you the and it happened to catch like the dangerous fish. Okay, see how the grab trap here is catching some fish for you? Just come over and grab a couple. Okay, I want to let him go. Oh, my inventory is full because he's going to drag that away. One sec. Let these fish go. So I can grab this so the big fish does not take it away. Alright, let's bring this closer to our pod here. Alright. What I also want to do is complete our partial little base here. This will be just enough to protect us and drop off some resources that we're going to collect. Gotta go cook some fish just to stay alive here. Make some more water while we're at it. Some fish. Okay. See how it says cooked peeper? Okay. If I let it decay, it'll say old peeper and eventually decayed peeper, which you don't want to eat. Okay. Let's see what we can find here. What I also want to do is, in one of the life pods that just happens to be in a kelp zone, also has a compass. So if you're not using the map mod, which is this one here, see how I can see where I am? The compass helps you go in which direction. So this little white dot is myself. This is the wreck we just kind of swam over, and there's another one up here. But for now, I just want to swim around the edges of the red grassy zone, because this is where you find your Seamoth fragments. They show up as giant or big white pieces on the bottom. There's usually one or two along the side here. There's a sand shark. We don't want to wake him up. Too late.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome. Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks, passing 100 meters.
Okay.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
So here's a piece of our fragment, but the cave they're talking about is down here. You don't want to go here without your Seamoth, because it's deep, it's dangerous, there's
30 seconds.
crab squids. But here's a piece of the fragment that we need for our Seamoth, and you scan it.
Oxygen.
And if I don't hurry up, I'm gonna die. And I'm gonna die. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Okay, so this is what happens when you don't pay attention. Okay? When you die, you restart, usually in your pod or a base, wherever you're at. I don't think the first time we lose any material. No, I didn't lose anything. Okay? So you really got to pay attention, and I think my Sea Glide didn't have enough battery power. That's why I couldn't swim up. Okay, so for now, that's pretty horrible. Okay, I need some mushrooms. Very important to keep an eye on your power levels, as I just demonstrated not to do. Got to keep that going. All right. So what you do is you push R, choose the fresh battery. Hold on to your old batteries, because once we have a charger, we're going to need them. I'll just put it here in storage. All right. Let's head back out to this wreck here, is where we had our first piece of the Seamoth. The water is significantly deeper out here. Am I going the right direction? Yeah, okay. Gotta go a bit more this way. There we go. Let's take a quick look, see what we have in these crates here. If anything, kelp sometimes gets in the way. Oh, laser cutter. Definitely something you want to keep. Okay, you need this to cut your way through certain doors. Keep an eye on my oxygen. As I've demonstrated, it's something you don't want to do, and it's rare that these pieces are side by side like this. Sometimes I could spend hours looking for the laser cutter. Okay. Still gather some resources as you see them. Très important. Wait, just before I died, we saw a Reaper, or not a Reaper Leviathan, but a Reef Leviathan. Completely harmless.
30 seconds.
Yeah, we're not getting caught with that again. Perfect. Oh, and I think I see another piece of our Seamoth. There we go. Oh no, it's a bioreactor. Okay, so you'll find odd pieces to a bioreactor. This is what powers your base with fish and other live materials. Quite handy to have. There are chunks of it here and there. I gotta go back to that wreck. Okay, so let's find this one. There are a few dangers here in this part. It's still a fairly safe biome, but
Passing 100 meters.
I wouldn't recommend coming here without your sea glide, because as you've seen that it's pretty deep and it takes you a while. Okay, so now I can build a bioreactor. Perfect. There's another Seamoth here, I think. So the first rack here, okay, is a small one, but there's lots of goodies here. Scanner room, very important to finding resources later on. Oh, there's a...
Integrating new PDA data.
I'll show you the reef back in a moment.
Oxygen.
And as you can see, I'm getting a little closer to the aurora. Not a good idea. There are things there that you don't want to see. Okay, so you can come and take a look at this creature. Completely harmless. Huge. And you can find the odd barnacle. Oh. What just killed me? Some hurt in here. Oh, there's a... Yeah. There's something on here that's... There's some plants here that throw spears at you. Sometimes they grow on the reef back. Until you get a reinforced wetsuit, dive suit, they can harm you. They also in this biome here. I'll show you one when I see one. But lots of goodies around these wrecks. You got to be careful not to miss any of them. Okay, the garbage we already have. Bioreactor. Again, you can pick up resources. See, my inventory's full, so there's no point picking it up. You can't scan this. It'd be cool if you could have it putting around the surface. I just want to make sure I don't miss any Seamoth fragments. Okay. Alright, we got lots of copper. Do we have quartz? Okay. We'll go
30 seconds.
Tweak our base a little bit. Make some shelving or storage lockers. Very important, especially at the beginning of the game where you're just gathering resources to survive. Now, where is my pod? There she is. There's little biter fish in this part. They're the size of minnows. They take a fairly good chunk out of your arm. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take out my construction tool. Okay, and I'm going to build a solar panel on the top here. Okay. These generate, I believe, 75 units of electricity during the day only. Okay. So when you enter your base, now you have oxygen. And you see the meter up top. Okay. So what I want to do is, for now, is we need storage. So these are the modded lockers that I'm not going to use at the moment, and I'll explain later, but for now we'll just use the normal lockers, which I believe take 2 titanium each. Okay, you can rename them later, so we'll just drop off. I usually organize them later for like 1 locker for titanium, 1 for gold, and all the other materials that we may require. But for now, I'm just making space. Okay, we need food. We should eat. Okay, you could make your own fabricator. For now, I just use the one in the. There's some dairy fish we can eat. These aren't very high in nutrients. What you really want to focus on is your keepers and your water. Okay, so this just keeps the fish close at hand. Okay, I get used to where my door is. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so you can rename your locker stuff. Why not? For now. Okay. I'm gonna head over to my pod here. And there's another message waiting for us. I'll cook this one up too.
It is common for those accustomed to synthetic foods to be repulsed by eating an animal carcass. Remember that humans survived this way for millennia. You can too.
Gotta come up with a name for the computer. If you think of a name, feel free to leave it in the comments below. We're gonna have to name our ships as well. I'm gonna grab a health pack. It's always good to grab those the minute they're ready so you can build up a stock so this can start to replenish. You can rebuild them in different places. Let's just check this message.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that one there didn't leave a coordinate. No. What they did leave, however, is a codes and clues, LifePod 6, a picture of where they are. There's 3 red grassy zones. They're very tiny. The one we're just in is the biggest one. If we check the map, and I gotta put it to biome. So this is the first one. There's one here, and there's one here, I believe. Okay, so there's no real rush to get to the life pods. If you're not, don't have the proper technology, it could be hazardous to your health. So what I want to do is, we visited this wreck, so I just want to make it black. If I turn around, it should be right here. Or around here somewhere. Okay. While it's dark, let's go check out that life pod. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Pick up some resources as you go by. Can never have too much. The other fish around us are hungry. Okay. Hey, on the way. What is that? I thought it was a piece of. These big deposits, you can only drill out with your prawn suit once you get them.
30 seconds.
Yeah, let's head to the surface. So here's another one of those cave entrances, and there's your life pod. And what do you know? What is this? Seamoth fragment. Yes! And here's our third piece. We are so lucky, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah!
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, so obviously something broke into here. Made a mess of things. Okay.
Integrating new PDA data.
There's nothing really else we can do here. It's broken. Sometimes there's some technology crates we can, but I don't think there's one here. I think there's just a Seamoth chunk. Perfect. Now, from here you can see this really big wreck. We'll come back to that later once we construct our Seamoth. Here's one of those biters I was talking about. It's going to want to take a chunk out of me. Not really interested. Okay, so what we're going to do is head back to our pod. We got to build the mobile base so we can construct our Seamoth. And on.
30 seconds.
Of course. Unfortunately, you gotta settle for the smaller tanks for the time being. Did we check these? The crates are particularly well covered. Yeah, I'm not hanging around. Don't worry. Yeah, she's checking. Again, you can feed them peepers. It makes them a little more friendlier. Doesn't last very long, however. Okay. Swim through here. Okay. Still you. Whoops. Where'd you go? There he was. Gone. Alright. So let's see what we need to build our bay. Hopefully I have everything we need. Come on here. Oh, we need a power cell. Okay, so that needs batteries. Oh, excuse me. Man, we're out of mushrooms. Okay. Rubber, I believe we have. Did I dump the rubber in here? No, I still have it. Okay. New game installed. Hard to find anything you're looking for. Where? It takes a while to get familiar with your surroundings. Whoops. Okay, how many do we need for power cell? 2. Copper's over here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm not the captain of anything yet. Another battery. Now we build a power cell, which is useful for your Seamoth, your prawn suit, and your Cyclops. What I want to do is get the compass as soon as possible. Now, can I build that? To show you what direction to go in, because once I get the Seamoth, instead of having to refresh the power cells that you can find a charger for later on, I want to get the Moonpool built as soon as possible. I would have been missing titanium ingot. Okay. To build an ingot, you need 10 titanium. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay. Okay. Now we need 1 lubricant, which we don't have. Okay, so good thing we didn't have to go very far for that. You can always check which you need to build stuff in here. Just go to your recipes. Okay, example, bioreactor, you need a wiring kit, titanium ×3, lubricant. Okay, you know, if you want to build a T-joint for your base, it costs 3 titanium. For our Seamoth, we're going to need titanium, a power cell, glass, lead, and lubricant. Okay, some of the things are very expensive as it comes. Oh, there's another radio message, but we're going to ignore it for now. Don't rush through that. Okay, the story doesn't need to be rushed through. Okay, make sure you got your toys that you need first. Okay, I need to make lubricant. Alright. Snack some more. Drink some more water. Okay. And now we can build our mobile. Okay. Now, it says release the vehicle bay. Put it in your toolbar because it won't open if you don't. And just let it go. Oops. There you go. Alright, so what you do is you climb up. These are little construction drones. It's really cool. Now, we can only build a Seamoth because it's all we got. So now we need another power cell, we need glass, and more titanium, and lead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go get these resources, and I'll see you in about 10 seconds. Okay, we're back. And I've been rummaging around the area, and I got all what we required to build our Seamoth. Okay. It does take quite a bit of resource gathering. The metal scraps are perfect to get your titanium real quick. Another tip is you can use spent batteries to make new power cells if needed. So I took the old battery that we had and used it as well. Okay, makes it more efficient. So let's go ahead and build our Seamoth.
The Seamoth is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
Yes, very good for my glutes. Alright, you can just leave this floating here. Just remember where you left it. Alright, now for the Seamoth. Beautiful craft. Okay, here's your power cell if you need to change it. Okay, but like I said, I really don't like changing those out too much. Okay, you can turn on, turn off your lights. You have your power to my right, the health of your ship, and also water temperature. Good to know sometimes when you're over a heat. Okay, so now we can really explore. We're safe from, you know, these bigger predators. The gas doesn't affect you into the Seamoth. Okay. The sand sharks can push you. The life forms. Okay. The carnivores, the stalkers, which is the big fish, can't harm you inside your Seamoth. We're going to run into bone sharks, which are very nasty. They can damage your ship. But, is that a tooth? Oh, yeah. Remember I was talking about that you need the stalker teeth? Well, this is one. Okay? Very good to make hardened glass, which you require for certain constructions. Okay? So now you're free to explore rapidly. And I want to find... So you can see how useful the map is. When you're not playing with the map, you're basically going blind, and you really got to learn your territory. I find it so much more pleasurable to play that I can see where I've been. Okay, I can turn off the fog off the map at any time and just see it, but then you don't learn anything. Once you get your compass, it'll show you which direction you're actually facing, which is what I'm looking for at the moment. It's actually in a wreck of a crashed life pod, and I know it's in a kelp forest here somewhere, in one of them. Okay, so you can load this thing with torpedoes at some point. There's a fabricator mod that you can use. Or not sorry, it's not even a mod, it's actually part of the game. I'll show you where to find it. There it is. Okay, so Ep.3. You exit your Seamoth by pressing the E button. See, now there's other schematics here we can scan for materials. If you haven't found the seed light, that's quite handy. Okay, anything else around this thing? Sometimes it's good to use your light there, just to make sure you didn't forget anything. Okay, so now we're going to head inside. Okay, we'll listen to the crew logs.
New PDA data.
We'll listen to them a bit later. And here is your compass.
New blueprint acquired.
Very handy, especially if you're navigating without the map, and even with the map, it's always good to have. Okay, it appears above where your depth is. The 200 you see on the top is how deep I can take the Seamoth. Okay, 200 meters isn't very deep. There's some places we need to go that are like 500 meters, but there's upgrades for pretty much everything here. So what I want to do is, where am I going? There it is. Couldn't see it with the moon. I just want to go see what we need to build a compass. and I want to install it, and I want to go to, it's called the Mushroom Zone. That's where we're going to find the pieces to our Moonpool, which is which you need to recharge the Seamoth and prawn suit. I'm just looking for the schematic for it. Where does it? Ah, here it is. Okay, so we need a wiring kit and copper wire. So, do I have enough copper on me? I have one. I need two. Oops, sorry. I keep getting lost. Which is easily done.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, we need another silver as well. That's mostly in the red grassy plain zone. Take the Seamoth, brush over there. Oops. Yeah, I just put the power right out. Goof. Okay. And how's that glitch? Okay, I'm just gonna take a look where I'm going here. Yeah, straight out this way. Again, you get to know your territory. I just want to grab this real quick. Hopefully that's one. These do respawn after time. Perfect. The sea god is with us. You can also play this in VR. I've tried it. Gave me the creeps. Didn't really like it. Okay. So make your copper wire. What's going on here? Do we not have 2 silver? Did I leave it down there? This is why it's handy to have one storage area. Grab this right away too, just in case. Alright. Let's just listen to the message while I'm building.
This is Ep.3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay, so I'm just going to build a compass. Now, I spent like 10 minutes looking for it in my inventory. It shows up and plugs itself automatically into your equipment, so you don't have to go look for it. Alright, Ep.3 we've already found. There's the one that had the compass in it. Now, where we're going can be dangerous. Okay, now you see at the top now my compass is showing. Okay, if I go in the map, now you can see what direction we're heading into. So we want to head out north to this biome called the Mushroom Zone. It can be very dangerous. You're fairly safe in your Seamoth. You will have defenses at some point. Oh, there's another wreck here. Okay. So it will show up on your map once you go over it. So if you want to remember to come back, and here was your life pod number 3. There's right here. So what you can do once you visit it, it should turn off the icon. Just take a quick trip. Okay, be mindful of your power. Yeah, so once we go past it there, the waypoint should turn itself off. So as I mentioned earlier, you want to go north-ish, especially if you don't have the map. Okay, that's why it's good to find the compass early on. Now we're changing biomes again. Okay. You don't want to go in here. I went too far. Okay, this is the floating islands. You want to come here later. The mushroom forest should be around here somewhere. Northeast-ish. Yeah. Okay. You can mouse over where you are. Okay, so in the mountains, I don't know if you can hear them. There's kind of a distant howling going on. Okay, they're called Leviathan Reapers. They are by far the scariest thing in the game, and I can hear one yelping in the background right now. So we're not going to go quite this way. We're going to head. There's six or eight in the mountain zone, and that was scary as well. That was the sound of a warper. They're like android things that hunt you down, and they just like, I've got goosebumps just hearing the sound. I'm a little lost at the moment. Ah, there it is. Okay. I'm going to turn myself around. Dude. You don't want to mess with those. They teleport you right out of your ship. And, it's not pleasant. Okay. Like I said, it takes a bit of time to get your bearings. Yeah, that's the floating islands. Sometimes I build a base here, like a good sized base. Lately I've been building in the Kush zone, which I'll show you later as well. Okay, come on. It's this way. There's two mushroom forests. There's one on the other side of the map, and just on the edge here. Okay, perfect. So we're back in the red grassy. It's at the end of this. Yeah. The Moonpool fragments, and you'll also find Cyclop parts, which is kind of cool. Come in handy. They're right on the edge of the mushroom forest. Oh, yeah, certain fish will, when you hit them. Okay, here we go. Once you start seeing the jelly fish, you're okay.
Meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
So when you damage your ship, your little repair tool comes in handy.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, on the edge of this, there's also a biome called the Dunes. You really don't want to go in there either. It's full of reapers. Okay.
Biomass in this area is dominated by plant life, picking up faint Altera vehicle signatures.
Okay, so picking up faint Altera signatures, that's our Cyclop pieces. Okay. You want to stick to the edge. I usually find them all within a couple of minutes of looking for them. And now that I said that, Okay, so if you look on the map, you want to stay in the purple zone. There's a wreck somewhere around here. It's actually up on top of the mushrooms. We'll come back for that. I just want to get the Moonpool going.
Seek fluid intake.
Gotta keep an eye on your stuff.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Because when you're not paying attention, that's when you die. Hey, where are we going? Lots of resources here. Lots of loud bangs, mushrooms. Don't hit the ground. It's bad for your ship. Okay, so usually I find 1 or 2 Moonpool fragments right on the edge here. So if you have to, go look a little further in. Aha. Bingo. Okay, so we need 2 of those. You can tell I haven't played this in a while. I'm hitting everything under the sun. And I'm amazed at all the fragments that are here. Okay, so here's another one of the big resource nodules that you can mine later on. Okay, lithium is very important for construction as well. I'm just going to go out and grab some of this. You're going to need lead. Also important tip, when you're building your Moonpool, make sure that your base is properly reinforced, because if not, it will leak an awful lot of water. You have a base strength that shows up when you're building a construction of any kind. You want to keep it over 0. You need lithium for that too. Oh, what's this? I think that's a part of the Cyclops. I'm not sure. Nope, Moonpool. Perfect. Okay. So, if you're looking for a Seamoth, there's always a silhouette of it, wherever it may be sitting. Alright, let's go build a Moonpool real quick. Hopefully I have enough resources. Okay, so keep an eye on your map. Don't wander off too far. The edges of the map are lethal. Okay, the crash zone is full of Reapers. The mountains are full of Reapers. The dunes are full of Reapers. And there's also what they're called Ghost Leviathans. They're scary too when you run into them. Okay? Most terrifying thing I've ever run into. Now I know where they are, it's not so bad. But if you can hear them howling in the background, they can see you. And if they can see you, not a good idea. It's not good. They can destroy your Seamoth easily. And if they bite you without it, you're dead. You might be able to survive it with the reinforced suit. Okay, let's go see what we need for the Moonpool. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So, Moonpool. Ooh, 2 titanium ingots and 2 lead. Okay. Okay. What I'll do is I'll go get the resources off cam, not to waste your time. Once again, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. It took me a while to find some lead. What I want to do is the Moonpool, you want some room to come in and out because you have to come in through underneath. So what I like to do is extend part of the, and that's probably the end I put. Okay, so now you see the base strength, it dropped to 7. Okay. You can also play a little more. I make it a little longer sometimes. But then you want to build your Moonpool. Okay? Sometimes you can rotate it, sometimes you can't. Actually, no. Okay, so you want to extend it. Bingo. Okay, so now our base strength is at 1. Okay, I may be able to get away with it, I may not. Okay, where's our Seamoth? Now you'll be able to charge your Seamoth without having to change your battery all the time. Okay, there it is. I'm going to add a few solar panels though, just to make sure she charges properly.
Welcome aboard,
Okay.
Captain.
After weeks without human contact, it is normal to experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
Wilson! Okay, so you pull up, she'll pick you up by
Welcome
herself,
aboard, Captain.
and there you go. Once you get the modification station, it tells you if it's charged or not. Okay. Here's your panel to put your upgrades in once we unlock them or find them. Once we take a trip to the Aurora, we will be able to add some goodies in here and be able to make them. Okay. This is part of a mod that I have that empties the storage containers. It gives you this little terminal. I can choose what corner it goes into. Okay, just put a check mark here. See, it moves over here. You can build windows in these structures and all that good stuff. Okay, but the important thing is this charges your Seamoth, which is vital to get ahead in this game or to survive if you just want to fart around and build bases. Okay. I usually put a bit of lockers in here for storage. Okay. Now we have the basics of what we need to explore, get some stuff done. Okay, we're gonna go check out some important wrecks to get upgrades to our wetsuit, a modification station for some tools. Okay, we have to find a repulsion cannon. All these little things to help make life easier on this planet. Food, okay. Now that I have a main base, we're going to take a trip to the islands, get more structure schematics, indoor, outdoor planters. Lots to do still in the game. Okay, so I'm going to add a few solar panels just to give us enough power. We have food. Eventually we'll have a lot of water. There's water filters you can build. That takes a lot of power. There's a mod that you can put a small one in just to keep you hydrated. All kinds of little toys. But for now, we have everything we need to stay alive. So until next time, if you are new to my channel, please hit subscribe. If you like the video, let me know. And if you have any comments, if you want to name the Seamoth or find a name for the computer, let me know in the comments as well. We can have some fun with this. So until next time, this is Saber. Have a good day.